Okay, welcome back to the Underdog Wealth Academy. Today I am with Corey Clark, also known as the Sales Therapist. Has a really cool brand and really coaches, his niche is he coaches salespeople and helps them with their mindset so that they can find success in sales.
Yeah. Yep.
Corey's from Seattle, Washington, lives here in Lehigh, Utah now. Worked in the sales world for 5-6 years and then really kind of pivoted and started your own coaching business.
Yeah.
So if you're in door-to-door sales, which I know a bunch of my followers are, or in any sales gig, I think today you'll learn a lot. I've followed Corey's stuff for a year or two, and again, I think you have an awesome brand online. You've been pretty intentional with that. So, dude, I think first question would just be, you know, I've worked in summer sales world for 8-9 years, and I think that people love, they love structure and like predictability, and that's why I think sales is so hard. Is there's just like so little of that. If that makes sense. Like every day, a door opens, you don't know what's on the other side of the door.
Sure.
Just curveballs kind of coming all the time. So that's kind of my. I think that's why sales is just kind of a hard job, but I'd love your spin on just like why is sales hard? Like why do people struggle so much with that mentality when it comes to a production-based job like sales?
It is interesting because like you use the word like structure and predictability, right?
Yeah.
Like on one hand, I think sometimes there's also a lot of structure, right?
Sure.
Like these are the hours, these are the whatever, you know, until where like people are like, give me my freedom back.
Sure.
You know?
That's true. Yeah.
Because they value freedom. But the predictability side for sure, it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
It's very like that for sure is a more so than the structure. I think that I look at that like, yes, guys struggle with that.
Right.
And a lot of it is just this unknown.
Sure.
Right. And like what I always ask clients or a question I love to ask is, what is your relationship with the unknown? Like if the unknown was a person that was in your life, like what is your relationship with that person?
Interesting.
With the unknown? Is it like, is it a lot of anxiety? Like, oh, dude, don't come around me.
Right.
I don't want you here.
Yeah.
Like, bro, every time you're around, I'm like tripping out.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
or is it
really
like,
cool
I hate
thought.
you, I'm holding resentment towards you? Like, or is it, I love you.
Yeah.
And you're my friend.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. I like that framework a lot, man. I think a lot of people, that's why, I mean, just even still, dude, like I'll go visit a team and I'll go knock with reps and there's that pit in your stomach driving out a little bit that we have to fight because there's that little, it's difficult to totally make peace with the unknown. But what are some of the best practices that you're kind of teaching in terms of having a good relationship with that unpredictability? Because to some extent you just can't, I can't control what's on the other side of that door, even though I wish I could. Like I can in other areas of my life, right? Like math equation, 2 + 2 = 4. Like there's certain things in life where I get to go like, if I play my part, if I do my thing, plug in my inputs, like this thing happens, it spits out.
Sure.
But yeah, you know, in sales, again, I don't get to know who's on the other side of that door. So
I think there's concepts and like reframes and there's like strategies, right? I think initially where my mind goes is like, what's your perception, right? So if we're going on this unknown pattern a little bit, I think a cool reframe, just a cool way to look at it is, and I'll use you as an example. If I showed you the next 5 years of your life, like I'm talking everything, all the wins, the losses, the progression, the everything, the pain, the joy, the suffering, the beauty, the relationships, the money, the loss, everything. I'll show you literally every single thing in the next 5 years. And you can know it all right now. You can know the next 5 years. The caveat, though, is that you have to still live the next 5 years and you can't change anything. So even though you know, you still have to go do it all. Would you want to know?
No, I don't think so. Like I think that's the beauty of life. It's just like there's something about waking up in the morning knowing that like I get to go create it.
Yes. And
it's not yet created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much beauty in the unknown. Like if we knew it all, it would rob us of the growth. It would rob us of the pain.
Yeah.
Which sucks in the moment, but really you're grateful for it.
Sure.
You know, everyone's got trials. They look back and they're like, I don't want to live that twice, but I'm grateful I did.
Sure.
you know?
Yeah, most of the time it's that way.
Most of the time it's that way.
Right.
So it's like, dude, knowing robs you of actually excitement,
That's a cool
stuff.
thought. Yeah, I really love that. That's a really cool thought.
And so I think that's first step is like, what do I even value? Like, what is my relationship with the unknown? Like, how do I even see it? And when you truly believe and know that the unknown is like actually good for you, and it is your friend, it's on your side, and there's purpose in it, because if you knew, you wouldn't grow the same. Then you start looking at it differently of like, all right, I guess I'm okay embracing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And so it's less about knowing, it's more about knowing enough to move forward with faith.
Yeah.
Like, it's not all not knowing either. Like in the job, I don't know how many deals I'll get, but I do know if I go do these metrics, I'm trusting that deals will come. And that's
KPIs and my inputs can help a lot with reducing anxiety as I have history.
Sure.
You know, I knock 100 doors, usually
know
X
your
amount
numbers,
of people come
dude.
to the door. So is that
100%.
part of your tool that you're going
For
and
sure.
teaching in terms of like how do I go reduce that anxiety or make peace with the unknown is,
that's one strategy.
Utilizing,
Numbers,
we're on the strategy side now probably, but just like KPIs are probably a great tool.
Yeah, huge. Like any rep that's not utilizing their data and their software that the company's provided for them to track decision makers and all this, I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you know your ratios?
Yep.
And live in a state of trust. The numbers just allow you to live in a state of trust.
Love it.
And that's what we're trying to do. It's less about like, the control your controllables, which is almost like a trigger statement now, I feel like in the industry, right?
It's usually like the cliche answer that people give when they're like, what are the 1%? What are the top 1%
control?
Do?
Yeah. And it's like, well, but when you understand why, it's like, no, controlling the controllables, which could be your numbers, and focusing on that, it allows you to dip into trust. And trust is that's the state we have to live in because there is unknown.
Yep. Yeah, I love that. That's awesome, man. That's really, really good stuff. So I guess I'd love to hear, I know you've coached a lot of salespeople at this point. Maybe the flip side, like what are the 1%, your top performers that you're coaching, what are the common denominators you're seeing that they're doing to go, whether it's, mental frameworks or strategies, like whatever you want to speak to, just like what are the things that they're doing to go win?
Yeah. Being in grad school and like actually pursuing like being a therapist, and
Where'd you go to grad school again?
Oklahoma State.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
I have a group in Tulsa.
Oh, heck yeah.
So, yeah.
And I sold all around there when I was in my undergrad. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then in grad school too. So, what I learned pretty quickly, like through legit training as a therapist, and I'm licensed and I'm like going that traditional route. And that was the original plan, was to practice more traditionally. But going that route, I noticed that something that bothered me was a lot of people would come in to the clinic, right? And at a spot of just kind of just feeling broken. Yeah. Like just, man, and I had this reoccurring thought, like, man, if you were just here 6 months ago, I don't even know if we'd be in this situation right now. Right. But it felt like a lot of,
like I'm at the bottom of
I'm at the bottom. So we're doing some backpedaling.
Yeah.
And then we're healing so that then we can progress, which is fine.
Got it. Yeah.
And which actually isn't like, it's not that big of a problem. Like people come and see me in that state all the time, even as sales professionals, right?
Yeah.
But something that I just noticed as I've worked with lots of individuals in sales and then outside of sales is that mental performance side. There's like hey, I'm really struggling. I'm trying to get back to normalcy. And then once someone's at normalcy, it's like, let's level up. That push from here, normalcy, to leveling up, it's hard. It's hard. That's where you're breaking through limiting beliefs. That's when you're truly working through some of your insecurities. That's when you're truly being aware of emotions and taking ownership of them. Yeah. That's when you're working with intentionality, and it gets just a lot more real at that point. And so mental performance, I tell clients all the time, like, look, bro, like working with me is not easy. Yeah. Like, and I'll live my life that way too. Like starting a business isn't easy.
You're probably rewiring how you're thinking.
I'm like, yeah, dude, this
and how you're seeing yourself and the world. And
Yeah, if I'm holding on to like a limiting belief of I'm not good enough, like, cool, let's get to a state of normalcy. But then it's like, hey, are you really going to show yourself now?
Yeah.
How just capable you are?
Yeah.
You say you want this, like, that's going to be tough.
Yep.
You know? And
so you think it's harder for someone to go from good to great than it is from kind of bad to good, if that makes sense?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
I think so. I think you have to address almost even more, you have to even be more intentional.
Yeah. New levels, new devils, you know?
Yeah, and really people enjoy comfort. They find the normalcy is comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? And to break out of that, which I'd say most people chill out there for years. They're 50, 60 years old living in, life's been good.
Sure, yeah.
You know, but people that do want to tap into that greatness and be in that 1%, I'm like, it's a lot of intentionality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorites, I think probably my go-to recommendation for summer sales, you know, for my reps or whatever, if they want resources on like the mental side of the job, and I'm not near as qualified as you. I love, that's what I love.
You've had your practice though, dude. I mean, VP of sales at this point, I'm like, yeah, you've done it.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, like I probably should have studied something professionally there, and it probably would have helped me a lot more than what I did study. But I love the book, The Happiness Advantage. Have you read that book? Yeah. I just think that principle of I choose to be happy and then success kind of like comes my way versus like I wait for good things to happen and then allow myself to be happy. I think that's like when we're talking about mentality, I love pushing reps to that book. So if you're listening to this, that's an awesome book on just mindset. What other kind of tools, resources do you usually push people to? I know you have your own program, which like shout out the collective. I think that if you're in summer sales, having a coach is awesome, man, in any part of life. So I think that,
and we just finally launched like a super, like we have like a very easy entry level way to get introduced to what we're doing and have amazing resources without it costing a ton. Because before it was just me and clients and it was one-on-one. Yeah. And so not that it was a lot of money, but it was more of an investment.
Yeah.
You know? And it
was you're charging for your own time.
It was my own time. But now I finally have grown it into a place where I actually have a really affordable package now where guys can just come in and it's easy. So that's been fun to grow and do. But I think one of the biggest strategies that I love to teach, and it's always so eye-opening for guys, is emotional awareness. And if you're listening to this, shoot me a DM, tell me that you listened to it, and I'll send you a couple pictures and things like that go, or maybe I'll give it to you after too. But they just kind of go with it. But there's some tools that allow you to identify what you're feeling, which as humans we feel every day. Like I've felt a ton of crap today. You have too. Yeah. You know, we experience all sorts of emotions every day, but most of us don't actually go into the depths and actually try to understand. And you don't have to do it with every emotion, but there is some value in understanding specifically what you're feeling. Because a lot of you guys are like listening to this, you're like, oh, I'm anxious. It's like, well, dude, what are you really? Like, is it actually anxiety, or are you feeling insecure? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling worried? Are you feeling betrayed? I don't know. Like, what is it, right? But the more you understand it specifically, dude, so much more clarity can come on the actual problem at hand. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like that. Are you LDS?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I don't know why you were sharing that, but I thought about that. There was like a handbook that came out on my mission of like, it was kind of like a mental health handbook, and it had this like, what color are you in terms of your, do you remember that? Or did you ever see that?
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember that.
I always remember reading it and being like, I feel like I'm in the red, like, which I was like not depressed or whatever, but it was just like, it was, I also think there's this like, it's okay to be redlining it in life and pushing yourself, like eternally kind of uncomfortable in terms of just like challenging yourself. I don't know. I read this book and basically it was like red, yellow, green. And if you're in the green, you're just like stoked to get up every day. It's like, it is sunshine and rainbows. Like, and then the red was like this missionary that was like really like just redlining it, stressing. I guess my question is just like, how do I go hard in life, push myself, get amazing results while not feeling like I'm like just killing myself?
Yeah, dude, honestly, that is such a good question. I've personally struggled with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I love that I'm driven.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like that but then sometimes, which I think you probably, as I say this, you're probably like, oh, dude, I felt that a ton. It's like,
Yeah.
I sometimes like will suffer unnecessarily. It's like
Yeah. Yeah, like
things,
some
things
suffering
are
is
good,
just like it's part of the game, part of
but
life.
yeah, but it's like my suffering is more tied to, you know, a fear of like, I got to take care of employees, make sure they're good, the growth of the business, that, the clients, all the things I need to do. Then I am suffering. When in reality, on the outside, I'm like, bro, your life is good.
Yeah.
Like things are moving.
Sure.
Right. Like this is everything you wanted.
Right.
Why are you suffering?
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
And so, that's probably the most like when you're pursuing good things and you're pushing through limiting beliefs, like there's also these like really cool moments of just like, wow.
Yes. I love that.
Like, holy buckets, what just happened? I feel really close to God.
Yeah.
I feel so in line.
Yeah.
Right. Like I see myself way more clearly. My big thing is you break limiting beliefs because God doesn't hold any limiting beliefs over you.
Yeah.
God has no limiting beliefs over you.
Right.
So, but you have limiting beliefs in yourself. So when you break them, now you get to see yourself a little more clearly, like God sees you, which is someone of an infinite potential. Super cool.
Yeah.
And so every time I break limiting beliefs and I move in that direction, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so good.
Yeah. You're doing God's work in those
sometimes
moments.
There's a lot of pain, but it creates all these like so much joy.
Yeah.
But then there's this middle ground of like, am I just suffering?
Yeah.
Like, can I just like be stoked?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think that I read this quote. Yes, it is hard, but I think that it's possible. It's possible to push yourself in life and have these moments.
Figuring it out.
I think that the key word is like moments of, like I read this quote recently that was like, you know, hey, 5-10 years ago, you prayed for the life that you have today. And like, I read that recently and it hit me so hard. And I'm like, dude, that is like literally true. But sometimes we get in our box of like, present tense, where I'm at, what are the struggles, what are the challenges, and we start to box ourselves in and feel stressed out. And but it's like, dude, when you zoom out and you give yourself these moments of perspective, it's like it feels like God speaks to you in those moments. Like, dude, you are expanding. I'm proud of you. It's working. Your life's amazing. And so I think the key is that you need to make space, create space for those moments, and honestly, like you probably need to have them pretty often. If you're a high performer and really redlining it, like you got to have a lot of those moments. I think maybe even daily, where you're just building rituals into your life to have moments where you can have that proper perspective and like zoom out and see the growth and see the results. Because I think a lot of high performers don't allow themselves to. It's a lot of suffering. Like they like to sit in the suffer sometimes.
Yeah, and it's like waiting for this thing or whatever to calm it, when in reality it's like actually you get there and that's just another thing you're worried about.
Yeah.
Like what's the next thing that you're finding suffering in?
Yeah.
When in reality it's like, dude, life is good.
Yeah, 100%.
Good. And I've had some moments like that even recently, just because I'm scaling a lot right now. I have full-time employees that I'm paying salaries to, and that's a new phase of my business that I didn't have for a long time, and got fat payroll that I pay every month, and that's new, you know.
Yeah, you're building through multiplication, not addition anymore.
Yeah, and so it's just like all that becomes heavy, you know. And so, but it's like good, and so that's where I'm like, whenever I'm transitioning into new phases of growth like that, I can find myself grinding and doing everything right, but at the same time still suffering. Yeah. And so I'm personally trying to solve that for me actually currently. Like that's my biggest mental barrier right now in my life. Yeah, cool. And that's what I'm trying, because it's kind of like, it's actually not a problem a lot of people bring up, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. What we're talking about right now. Yeah. I know you experience it, but you're also in a similar position of like, you got a lot of crap going on. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of weight you feel. There's a lot of people that need you, you know, there's a lot. Yeah. To where then we're coming back to this state of like, oh, not that we're mad. Yeah. But it's like, you know, am I just stoked and happy? Yeah. And so something that's really helped me is silence with that. Getting quiet, quieting my brain, getting quiet, connecting with God, boundaries, like making time for other things that I like, fun. Yeah. Like, and just being okay with it, giving myself that, like, has really helped me enjoy the journey more. Yeah, boundaries are important.
I think for especially I'm kind of targeting like the high performers, right? But just like people that a lot of people listening to this are people that they have ambitions and goals, and addition by subtraction can be a good thing. Like making sure that you're learning to say no in life to things that you know can. I read recently the book Essentialism, which I think is such a cool book, but he has a chapter in it where he says, if it's not a hell yeah, then it's a no.
That's cool.
And I think it's just like, I think that's a cool way to live.
Yeah.
So
this podcast for me was a hell yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate that, dude.
Yeah, I've said no to some because I'm like, not that it's like, I just, like you said, boundaries sometimes.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah. This was an easy yes.
People that will be listening to this, I think will be out it'll probably be like, well, we might have a month left in the summer or something like that. Sure. So a question I wanted to ask was burnout.
Yeah.
Sales guys, sales girls.
Yeah, that's great.
Burnout. Like I got my earning thermostat. I think I've maybe hit that thermostat. So like the it's starting to reprogram, and I'm kind of feeling okay with where I'm at. How do I go push through burnout and get punch the ball into the end zone?
Yep. Yeah. So there's unnecessary exhaustion that plays a role in this job, which typically comes from mishandled emotions and over time, and so sometimes people are reached into a state of burnout because they're like, they've been avoiding, or they haven't been living in alignment to who they are, or, you can only feel inadequate for so many days in a row before you're like emotionally gassed. That person, I can touch on that a little bit, but then there's also the side of like necessary exhaustion. Like this job, even if you're in the best mental state ever, you're gonna be tired. It's a beast. You're gonna be tired by the end of the summer, and so that final month is a push. What I'm saying more speaks to anybody, obviously, but definitely that person that's just tired. Like they felt great a month ago, or at least decent enough, but they're just like, dang, I'm really feeling it. And I'm like, it's pretty normal to experience that. Doesn't mean you're got all these big problems or these big issues. I'm like, whenever you're doing something that's not sustainable long term, exhaustion does creep in. Right. Like running. Right. Running's not sustainable long term. Yeah. You're gonna get tired.
Yeah, this is a 4 or 5 month sprint. Yeah. It's not this like no way we could do it for 12 months.
Yeah, and then plus, you could probably do it for 12 months, but then for a 30-year career, no. All year round with a couple of vacations here and there, no. Yeah. Not the way that we work.
Yeah, and working a summer program, I mean, if you're like summer sales in 8 to 10 hour days, it's just a beast. Like, dude, doing that 100, 120 days, it's no joke.
Yeah. So my first invitation would be, as I ask this question, answer it to, not you, but whoever's listening. With a month left, do you feel like you have, like, can you fit? Like, could you finish if you wanted to? Yeah. Like, do you have it in you?
Are you capable of doing it?
Are you capable? Is there an ability in you to be able to finish strong for the next month or two? Mostly everyone's going to go, yeah. Like, it's there, right? Now, is it difficult? Yes, but we can't deny the fact that you can. So let's not deny that. Right. Let's not act like we can't, because you can and you know it, right? I think in the brain, in these moments, whenever we're doing something that's not sustainable long term, there's a part of our brain called the central governor. Just like a car has a governor, which regulates the speed of the car engine to make sure it lasts a long time. Yeah. Right? Our brains have what's called a central governor, which kind of regulates our speed in a way, right? So mostly everyone's felt this in their life. They've probably felt it on the treadmill when they're running. Yeah. If you haven't ran in a long time, you run 1 mile and that central governor is probably already kicking on going, hey bro, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm feeling this.
It's like, I'm feeling this. And like 2 miles seems like a lot, bro. Right. But then everyone also, right? Yeah. And it's like, why does 2 miles feel so much? Right. It's like, because it's not. Right. It's not. But it's new for your body, and your body's like, hey, this isn't sustainable long term. I don't know what you're doing. Let's just flick it on. Yeah. The cool thing is pretty much everyone probably has overrode that before and pushed it to 2 miles. Right? And you were at 1, you're like, oh my gosh, dude, I don't know if I can do this. And then you're at 2 and you're like, oh, this isn't like we did it. Now you go the extreme route of like marathon runners and like, you build your endurance to where that central governor kicks on later and later and later and later, right? At some point it will always kick on. Now there's one person that I feel like it kicked on and absolutely ignored it. And that was James Lawrence, Iron Cowboy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The 100 Ironmans in 100 days.
50
Insane,
days
bro.
type thing. Yeah.
No, he did the 50 and then he did 100.
Oh, he did 100 after
100 Ironmans in 100 days.
No, he did not.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Insane.
I didn't even know he did the 100. I knew he did the 50 and 50 states thing.
Yeah, so it was 100 Ironmans in 100 days.
Yeah.
He actually did 101.
Yeah,
he just decided to do one more.
Wow.
26-mile run, 112-mile bike ride, and a 2.4-mile swim.
Yeah, he's a beast.
100 of those.
Absolute beast.
So you start to question, it's like, how does one even do that? Like, can I do a month?
So is that
less
one
of
of the, dude, because I hear that, and for me, like those types of people really inspire me. And then when I go see,
it's insane.
But I don't have my own history to pull from. Like, let's say I'm a first year rep and I've never done an August before.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe the best thing to do is just go pull from some other people that have done exceptional things.
So,
and like use that as evidence and as a receipt of like, dude, if another human with a similar type of body and brain as me can do that, then I can freaking knock doors for 30 more days.
I don't pull a ton of motivation from his story either in that way. What is, when he did it, I was like, I have to freaking try to understand it because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does one mentally push through that crap?
Yeah. Yeah.
He talks about how there was a little bit of trauma there. Like, I think he fully detached.
Yeah, he like channels.
Detached. Like, I don't even think he was listening to his brain. I don't know how you do that. Like, he was gone.
Yeah, you have to have a screw
He was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the couple things did stick out in his story where I'm like, oh, that's applicable.
Okay.
And it was, if I remember right, he had the same person swim with him every single day for 100 days.
Cool.
And he had a different person, but the same person bike with him for 100 days.
Okay.
Okay. And then I think whenever he was running, he had someone following him, like a van, like people chat, like. So as I've researched the central governor in our brains, the number one solution to overriding that part of our brain is community. It's people. If you're in a good culture, if you're around people that are grinding, pushing hard last month, you'll have a higher chance of pushing hard.
Oh, that's good.
Right?
It's really good. Yeah.
So good. And that is the kicker, is people don't run a marathon alone. They enter a race with hundreds of other people.
Yeah.
Because it's freaking hard.
Right.
It's like, dude, I would want to toss in the towel 8 miles in.
Yeah.
But if there's 100 people moving,
yeah,
I'm probably just moving.
There's like energy in that.
I'm just moving. There's energy in it,
that's
right?
Cool. Yeah.
So that's the number one way to override.
I think like Forrest Gump running, and as he kept running, like more people just kept joining. Do you remember?
Yeah.
He ran across the country and his beard was getting all long, and more people was all running with him. It was like turned into like a movement. It's just that
momentum,
Yeah, it was momentum. Like at some point, it almost became weird when he stopped. Like I think there's that awkward scene where he like turns around and he's like, "Well, I think I'm gonna stop now and go home." But I think
that's where culture's king, man. Yeah.
And I hope all my groups, we have a bunch of groups out there, and I hope that they all have elite culture, but not every summer sales group's going to have that. So maybe is the thought, like in August, go find your tribe within your office and go rock with them. And
if your team really isn't moving in that direction.
Right.
Ideally, if you're a manager listening, like be that space and have a conversation with your guys. I would
be willing to cut the fat of guys that are negative, that aren't working hard. It's like, dude, go home if you're not.
Yep, we're finishing strong. You can either stay or there's other teams that would take you.
Right.
That will allow you, but like and my favorite invitation for managers right now is explore them. Get your guys in a room, say, hey, how do you guys want to finish the next month?
Yeah.
Let it be their idea.
Right.
We want to finish strong,
Great thought,
and then you can even teach this concept I just taught about the central governor and, and get guys to be bought into finishing strong together. And if you can't do that as a big team, then it's finding your 3 or 4 people that really will do it with you.
Yeah. One shortcoming I see in leaders is like, you'll get a manager that stands in front of his team in April and says, our revenue goal for this summer is $2 million or $3 million or whatever. If that's not important to the rookie or to the rep that's on your team, it literally means nothing to that group. Yeah. Does that make sense? So it's like a good leader. I think what a really good leader does is he goes, I think to your point, he goes and figures out like what's important to my people, what fires them up, what's their top 10, what's their, what fires their belly up to go work every day. And then I'm going to go like know my people so well to be able to speak in their language to their thing. Because I think in August, like if you haven't built some deposits as a leader and you don't know their why, then you're in a tough spot. like, because you're scraping the bottom of the barrel just trying to find something that can like motivate them.
Yeah.
I think really, really, really good leaders they know their people and they care about their people so much, and then they go and remind them often, like, dude, this is important to you. You've told me this 1,000 times. So I think that's a really important, piece.
Yeah, there's a lot of creative ways to build that momentum with your guys, and yes, as a leader, like, let that be something that you choose too, is like,
right,
dude, we are a team that works hard and we're going to finish, and I want to do it with you guys. I don't want to do it by myself.
Yeah.
Let's rally. And,
I like that.
I
have one or two kind of last questions for you. Another one would be just, so one of my favorite ways to like teach diagnosing reps when they're struggling, right? Let's say they're in a slump. Let's say reps in a slump in the summer, and you actually brought up the car analogy. I kind of have one too that I just like to think of as just like running a diagnostics check almost on a person, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, like when I have a sales rep that's struggling, like kind of my order or sequence that I might go work through is like, first of all, like, are you taking care of your body and your mind?
That's a great one.
Like biologically, because like you could be
sleep look like, food.
Because you could be tough, your technique could be good, but like if
you're
human
on 5 hours of sleep,
So and that's an easy one, right? Like go get that right. Then it's like the mentality stuff. Like what are you feeding your brain? Are you reading anything positive? Or are you just like, are you basically just like kind of like being acted upon and just like receiving what's being given to you by other negative sources or just the doors? And then maybe the last is technique. So it's like biology, mindset, technique, and within technique, it's like KPIs and let's figure out where the breakdown's happening there. But I'd love your angle just on like, how are you teaching leaders to diagnose their people?
Yeah.
And these are leaders usually that are not qualified therapists. They're like doing their best, right?
I'd say, I'd say the most, well, not even most, honestly, leaders should at least do what you just did, right? And I think that's great, is like you're splitting it up. And then typically where that framework maybe has a few potential constraints, right, is like, oh, there's an underlying issue here. It's like, oh, there is something deeper. Oh, there's something that like, isn't being talked about that probably needs to be talked about, or a limiting belief or an instinct. Like there's something there, right?
Yep.
And that's what, if that strategy is not working, it just means there's something underneath. Yeah. Probably. Right. And as a leader, you're just trying to pull that out so you can know it and understand it. Right. Right. And so I won't get into, because depending on what it is, then you're getting into all different types of solutions. Totally. But uncovering it, like when clients come see me, I'm like, they think they're like, oh, this is what we're going to work on. And I'm like, oh, no. And I like target the thing, and they're like, oh my gosh, like I didn't realize that. Right. And it's not always a trauma, this or that or whatever. It could just be, I was feeling jealous. Yeah. And I'm holding this feeling towards, like I just had a client that's pushing for Rookie of the Year. And like, it's easy to feel jealous of the guy that's
to the other guy that's
there. And he was like, now he's wasting a ton of emotional energy worrying about this dude. I'm like,
yeah, totally.
And so we got to create a really cool solution where, he ended up talking with that guy about what he was feeling. It's like, I don't really want to feel this way with you. I just want to compete and have fun. And the guy goes, yeah, dude, I feel the same. And it's gone. Now they're just pushing each other. Yeah. And it's not this weird energy. Yeah. And so it's like, cool, right?
That's awesome.
So how you uncover that the emotion wheel that I'll send you, which you can send to your guys.
Yeah, I would love that.
It's just, what are you feeling? And get specific as you can get. So as a leader, you could ask them, what are you feeling? You could literally give them the motion wheel. Yeah. Like, oh, dude, I think I'm kind of feeling insecure. And then you go, okay, why? Explore that with them. Why are you feeling insecure? What? Tell me about the part of you that feels insecure, right? Whatever. And then the third part is, how can I take ownership of that emotion rather than it own me, right? So if it's 5 p.m., I don't have a deal, I feel inadequate. And inadequate is like, dude, I don't know if I can get a deal. How do I take ownership? Well, if I go sit in my car, I'm literally just telling myself I'm not good enough. I'm inadequate. So the best choice actually is to go knock more doors. But coming from a place of, I am good enough. Don't go knock doors just to go knock doors. Go knock doors to show yourself you're good enough. So now there's purpose behind each door I'm knocking, not just, I have to. But it's like, no, dude, I feel inadequate. And knocking doors actually is how I show myself I am good enough. Because I am.
Yeah.
Very
cool.
So sometimes you just got to uncover, and that emotion wheel is a great tool to uncover.
Yeah.
Now, once you uncover, you might be in another dilemma of like, what do I do with it? Which you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Or reach out to me and we can figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've mentioned this in past episodes, but like Who Not How is one of my favorite books I've read within the last year by Ben Hardy. And it's just this concept of like, dude, I've learned a ton in this, even in this conversation. Like, I think that it's super important to, whether it's books or people like Corey, like having people that have gone down this road, because like you're best positioned to serve the person that you once were. And you're very nicely positioned to go help a lot of people in this space, because it's just like, it's what you've explored. It's who, it's who you've been along the way. And so I think as a man, like I speaking to the leaders, I think it's just like, do your best, use some of these frameworks that we've talked about, I think. And then, dude, you don't have to be perfect. Like lean on others, and there's tools out there, resources out there, like Corey, his page, his tools. And I think you never be too proud to go and explore and try to go figure out like, why am I not able to help these reps? Sure. I think one of the coolest parts about like leadership, and I guess this thought's just to both sales reps and leaders, is just like the coolest thing about being human is like we all get to ourselves and help others bridge the gap between our current performance and our potential. And I think working with people is so cool, because I mean, I believe like divinely, like that's why we're here, is like we have these raw materials and we're trying to go create something out of it. And I do believe we all have amazing potential. And there's frameworks and there's strategies that can kind of help us bridge that gap and not be, miserable along the way. I think we had, some cool conversations about that, of just like moments of perspective, moments of understanding. Like, dude, I have it pretty awesome, and I prayed for these moments 5-10 years ago. Anything else, just like in closing, that you would maybe share that we didn't cover today? Just speaking again to kind of just a lot of sales reps, sales leaders, that maybe nuggets that you would want to maybe leave them with?
Yeah, something I just value a ton is just like just being real, being authentic. Like, I think we feel a lot and we have a lot of thoughts, and it's you probably have more people in your corner than you think to be real with. I think a lot of people are just scared to take off that mask and like, hey bro, this is what's going on. Yeah. And within the collective, we run these 50-man groups, right? And one of the dopest parts about it is like, I mean, it's the most real environment you'll ever see 50 people in one room ever. Right. And at first people are like, I don't know if I want that. But then they experience, they're like, this is the coolest shiz ever. So like, cool. This is so powerful, really, right? Cool. And it's just creating this environment where people feel safe, like really actually letting the walls down and being real. Yep. Big or small, whatever that may be. It's not really big or small, it's just real. Yeah. And it creates so much connection and so much like, oh, I actually know this guy now. Yeah. Oh, I'm actually, and in the space, it's so, sales space, it feels like it's. There's some ego there. There's like an unwillingness. Yes. And so if you can just show more of you, people will know you more and people will love you more. And a lot of people we don't show ourselves enough of really where we're at. And what I found is the more I show me, people actually respect and love me more. Yeah. So I love that. Yeah. Just an invitation to be real. Cool. That's awesome, man. Cool. Well, we'll link to your page and your content. I really appreciate you sitting down, man. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that will listen to this stuff driving out to area and even in the off season prepping for the next summer and stuff. Sure. And so you're awesome. I'm excited to keep following along and have a friendship here going forward. It's the first time we met, but it's been fun. So yeah, me too. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, the Sales Therapist. Shoot me a DM. Perfect. That's a great way to contact. And we always do a free call with anybody interested in working with us, and that's kind of the easiest way to get in contact. But cool, awesome, man. Cool. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on. Awesome. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll catch you at the next one.